As Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary who sat at the Lord's feet, listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, "Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me." "Martha, Martha," the Lord replied, "you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her." Often feels like Jesus is giving her a slap in the face at that point. But I'm thinking a little bit about what do we do when we're shut at home, self-isolation, lockdown, call it what you will. How do we stay healthy? How do we stay on top, both physically and mentally? A lot of concerns about mental illness and the possible consequences in the immediate, but also long-term of this long-term shutdown in our lives. Well, I think one of the things is to structure our time. I read once that structuring time is one of the most important activities that we do. Going to work, whatever it is that we do, it's a way of structuring our time. It's also a way of earning a living as well. But structuring time, long lengths of time without any structure, can be very difficult to bear. Holidays are great. You might sit on the beach and just laze around for a week or two, but after a while you begin to want to have some kind of structure, plan, order to your day. And one of the problems at the moment, if we're at home, is structuring our day. If we're working from home, even that can be difficult to motivate ourselves at times. So I would advocate really structuring our time, planning a schedule, even hour by hour, spending a little bit of time on one thing, then shifting focus to something else. It's often said that if you're working from home, you need to take regular breaks, especially if you're working from a computer screen. Take those breaks. My daughter is working from home and she's scheduled every morning this week an 11 o'clock coffee break with a different person from her office. So they're going to be online having their coffee and their biscuit, or whatever it is, to just chat as you do during a tea break. It's what you do. You just have a little chat about things, you share news, talk about the work, whatever it is. And it's just a way of breaking up the day and also socializing in the middle of the day. Plan a time in the day for that exercise. And yes, go out for that walk, go out for that run, that cycle ride, whatever it is, but do some exercise at home. You can do some keep fit exercises in the privacy of your own flat that you would never do outside because they'd be much too embarrassing. But take some time. Take 2 exercise breaks, one inside, one outside. Do something creative each day. For me, this is these little Bible stories. For me, it's a creative outlet as well as sharing the Word of God. Maybe do some drawing. Draw with Rob is a video online that people go on there and they draw. It's something creative. It might be, I know my wife's taking up crocheting, inspired by our new youth worker, Rochelle, at our church, who makes all those little beanie hats that she has on when she sings her songs. She makes them herself. So do something creative. Do something that maybe you've not done before. Learn a new skill. Maybe just an hour a day. Just take some time out to do that. Take some time out to be online. Conversations, video calls, maybe with family, with friends. I know my wife's scheduled every Saturday morning, 10:30. Her and her brother and sister get together online and just chat and just swap news and joke together and find out about the latest developments in all our different children's lives. So that's something you can do, to schedule it in, but have a plan for it. Otherwise, things could just drift by. Read something online, read a book, read a magazine. Just take some time out from what is normal and do something that you might not normally do. It says in 1 Thessalonians 5:23 that we should be healthy, or he wishes that we'd be healthy in spirit, soul, and body. That's our spiritual lives, our mental and emotional and imaginative lives, and physically as well. but including spiritually. This is where Martha gets that rhetorical slap in the face when he says Mary has chosen the better part. The phrase uses of Mary, the passage uses of Mary, that she's sitting at the feet of Jesus, is actually a technical term of a disciple of a rabbi. Disciples of rabbis would sit at the feet of the rabbi. Could be Hillel, Gamaliel, famous rabbis of the time. So Mary is actually taking the position of a rabbi, of a disciple of a rabbi. Unusual for a woman at that time, because most rabbis did not allow women to be disciples, only men. But Jesus had women disciples as well. And so we can use this time as a school of discipleship and a school of prayer. So I encourage you, schedule in some prayer. Have a time when you'll do it in the day. Don't let your day just drift by. Maybe have 2 or 3 times in the day. Maybe it's just a 5-minute quick prayer. But spend some time with Jesus. What we plan for shows what we value. What we plan for shows what we value. The plans may go slightly askew or astray during the day, but the fact that we planned it shows our priorities. So this time can be a school of prayer. This time can be an opportunity for us to go deeper into our relationship with God. Far be it from me to say that's God's purpose in this time, but we can all use this time for such a purpose.